This is Heavy Conversation with Bruce and Jody, a podcast where we talk about being a big guy in today's world. I'm Bruce. And I'm Jody. Here we go.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Hey, Bruce.
Hi, Jody. How's it going?
It's going pretty good. How are you doing?
Man, I almost wanted to wear that Santa hat and beard from last week again. And
That would have been fun.
Yeah, just do it for the rest of the year.
Yeah, trying to be in the holiday spirit every day.
Right. Yeah, well, I decided not to. I thought it might get old, and it's a little hot. It was a little hot and a little scratchy. So
It was a little weird to look at too. So thank you.
Yeah, I did it through an entire episode, which was fantastic. So,
yes, it was good.
Yes. So this week I'm very excited because right before we started recording, our favorite beer app, Untappd, they dropped the year in beer. And one of the great things about technology is that you can track everything that you want to track. And so we use Untappd to track our beer. And they have gone through and put together a list of all of the beers that we've enjoyed and some stats to go along with that. And so I thought I'd run through just a few of the things on my list here for my year in beer. It says, curious what top beer, brewery, or beer style in 2020 was.
Yes.
All right. There we go. Untappd year in beer.
I am.
Yes. Untappd year in beer has that information for you and more. So I checked in 156 times in 2020.
Wow.
The average Untappd user checked in 52 times. So I don't know what that says about me. I enjoy a lot of beer. We'll go with that. So it's there you go. There's a number for you. As far as beers go, I tried a total of 131 unique beers in 2020. And I would say, one of the great things about us doing Heavy Conversation is that each week we get to try some kind of new and interesting beer with very few repeats. I try really hard to make sure, there's something new and something interesting to go with. And so it picked 3 of the beers out of the list of uniques and is showing them. And so there's Sunray Juicy IPA by Ecliptic Brewing. There's Deftones White Pony, and from Belching Beaver.
I was to say there was a weird name for that one, I think. Yep. Okay.
Belching Beaver. And then Black Camel Spider, which was the Jordanian beer that I tried earlier.
Oh, yeah.
From Caracale or Caracale. I honestly don't know how to pronounce it, but one of those. The only Jordanian brewery, at least it was at that point. So, yeah. As far as breweries, says I tasted 82 different breweries. So there we go.
I finally got into mine. Sorry.
My favorite style, let's see, 52 styles this year out of a total of 215 that were available.
Oh, what was your favorite style?
Apparently my top style was an American IPA, which I can tell you, that was not planned.
I was like, wow, that's mine too.
Right. Totally. That's totally the thing right now. So, no surprise. No surprise. As far as venues, this is where it gets sad, is the number of venues that I visited in 2020. You added 14 unique venues, and I can guarantee you that all 14 of those happened before March or before March 15th of 2020. So my top venue was Untappd at Home.
I was going to say mine's Untappd at Home is my top one.
Yes. So, and then threw out a couple others, Cannon Beach, Oregon, which apparently I enjoyed an adult beverage there. Patty's First Avenue Lounge in Scottsdale, Arizona, I believe.
Oh, nice.
So, yeah. So, then badges, 203 new badges. So if you're a beer analytics fan, a beer drinker, or you like new and interesting beers, this is definitely worth it. So now that you're logged in, why don't you give us a quick overview of what you've got?
Awesome. So I apparently need to do a little bit better job of checking in and doing this because I only checked in 35 times in 2020,
Oh,
which I know that I drank a lot more times than that. My first check-in of 2020 was a Shimmer Gloom Imperial Stout by Lewitt Brewing Company.
oh,
Shimmer
nice.
Gloom. I don't remember that one.
Hmm.
Must have been a good one.
That's why
Um,
that's why the
yeah,
app is good.
I was like, don't remember that.
Hmm.
The beers, I had 35 unique beers in 2020. Average Untappd user rated about 49 beers in 2020, so I'm
Hmm.
close. Abominable Winter Ale, Mama's Mean Cobbler, and Jubal Ale were some of the
Nice.
my breweries. Deschutes, Ninkasi, Lewitt, so all local breweries.
Represent. Yes.
Yeah. And then I had 26 different styles of beer out of
Oh,
215, and my favorite was the IPA American.
there we go.
Some venues at home, like I said, was my number one. Only 6 unique venues. Wah wah.
Next year, fingers crossed for next year.
Well, it might be 2023 before. I'm saying 2023, right? Yeah, 20. Wait, no, 2022.
22. Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know what the year is.
Oh man, people driving off the road hearing you say that right now.
I only had 82 new badges. Oh, I'm sad.
Hey, you
I
know
like the
what?
badges.
That's all right. It's just it's one of those things. It's nice to be able to track all this stuff and just kind of have it.
It's
I
just
mean,
something fun, yeah.
it is. It is. I don't always look back at it, but I do like to go back and look at, especially my 5 stars, because one of
Mm-hmm.
the things I want to do next year is start uh, trying to find some of the beers that are on my beer list that I haven't been able to find. Like there's a wish list function in Untappd,
Oh
so
yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
can add all these beers that you want to drink. So I want to go back through and go through that, but I want to go back and get some of my 5 stars. Some of the ones that I haven't had in a long time, and add those to my list and re-experience them. See if they're still 5 stars.
Oh yeah. Go back and re-rate them.
Right, right. So there we go. The year in beer.
Yes. Woo. Gonna like I said, I need to do a little bit better job of checking in. I always like add them to the list, but I don't check in to actually having them.
Sure, sure. Well, it's good. You've got something fun to look forward to now.
Checking in all the beers I drink.
Yes, yes. So this week we are talking about our forays into television and some I'd say mildly controversial uh,
Oh yeah.
things that came out of both of these shows.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, do you want to add anything here?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, some of them are fun shows. And I think, 2020 has been a trying year for us all. So I think it's fun to watch shows and just kind of escape some of that. But some people are very, um, they sometimes get a little overly critical of some of the shows, but that's fine that, have your opinions. Everyone has their opinion. So we'll share
Absolutely.
ours after we have some beer.
That's right. That's right. We're already talking about beer, so we might as well just jump right in.
All right. What do you got, Bruce?
So this week I've been saving this for a couple weeks, and I have Pliny the Elder from Russian River Brewing Company, which is this was a difficult beer to get your hands on for a while. I lived in the Golden State for a little less than a year, and it was around the time that there was just this craze where people were trying to find Pliny the Elder, and it was always out, and it was hard to find and hard to come across. And it's I remember looking around for it a little bit, not having a ton of luck. So I happened to go to our local beer store and stock up, and ended up with Pliny, which is a let me see before I just jump
To
in.
start
And
chugging it.
I know. I am trying to see here what it says. It's actually giving us a lot of history about the actual person, Pliny the Elder, who was a Roman naturalist, scholar, historian, and author. And he liked to talk about the wolf among scrubs, which is likely an early reference to Hop vines growing wild among willows. Well, there we go.
All right.
Right. He died saving people from during the eruption of Mount Vesuvius. So there we go. It's a hop forward, full bodied double IPA. And here's to Pliny the Elder.
All right.
So
says a true leader in the hop wars of the West Coast, Pliny the Elder hits you over the head with hoppy bitterness and manages to smooth the rough edges out enough to become an enjoyable brew.
that is really good. So really good. I'm super impressed. It is definitely, it is bold. It's hoppy, but it's smooth. It kind of works. Like it doesn't we've all had those double IPAs where it's just like a punch to the face.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not that. It's strong for sure, but it is not this is drinkable. This is one that I see why people were clamoring to try and get it. So I would definitely drink this again, and I will if I can find it again.
And where did you say you found it?
I found it at Belmont Station here in
Okay.
town, but it's by Russian River Brewing Company. So
Okay.
yeah, and they are out of Santa Rosa and Windsor, California.
Very nice. So I have, keeping with my IPA apparently, Citrus Mistress.
Ah, yes.
I've had a couple of these the past couple of days. It's an India Pale Ale brewed with grapefruit peel.
Ooh.
Yeah, it says it's a Munich malt, 4 different hops, and grapefruit peel combined to create the IPA, featuring a classic burnt orange color with a bouquet of citrus, peach, and tropical fruits.
I like that.
Yeah. So it's kind of a juicier IPA still. It's a 6.5 ABV, 80 IBU, so it's not crazy.
Nice. What do you think?
Yeah, it's really good. It's not as super juicy. It's still pretty hoppy though.
Sure.
But it's got like that, like a grapefruit kind of bitterness to it, or kind of dry almost.
Right.
Yeah. It's really nice. It's kind of I've been drinking stouts and stuff because it's that time of year, and it's nice to kind of mix it up with one of these in there too.
'Tis the season. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. That's the thing, is if I stick with one beer for too long, then I've got to try something else. So
Yeah, you got to give your taste buds a little variety.
Right. So there we go. You can follow along with our list, the Heavy Conversation beer list that is on Untappd, and you can also follow us, befriend us. We love beer friends. So
Yes.
yeah,
Toast
catch up with
us.
us there. Yeah.
All right.
And we'll toast you back. So there we go. So on to the shows. Do you want to start?
Sure. So I want to talk about The Prom. It's on Netflix. It's got a musical. It was a big Broadway show forever, and they made a movie out of it. It's got James Corden, Meryl Streep, Nicole Kidman, some other people I can't think of off the top of my head. But it's just a fun show. There was a lot of controversy about James Corden playing a gay character, and how, straight people playing gay characters, and is that still okay? We're trying to have representation, but do we want to have actually gay actors playing gay characters? I don't know how I feel about that. Sometimes there is a line of like, they don't maybe know some of the struggle or backstory to some of the characters, because he talks about being kicked out of his home as a child, and what does that really feel like? But I mean, he's acting, so he, I don't want gay actors to only be able to play gay characters. So, they got to be able to have other roles.
Sure.
So why can't straight people play gay characters? I don't know. Of all the, well, I don't know all, but out of, some of the more recent movies and shows where straight guys play gay characters or whatever, this wasn't the worst. Obviously, it was fun. There were some, the character is a really flamboyant character on the Broadway show. He's kind of flamboyant in this movie. James plays the character, but it's not, I don't think it's offensive or, overtly, weird or anything. There's other movies that I've definitely not liked when they're trying to play gay, and it just comes off really offensive and really horrible. But it's a fun movie. You know, I like sappy movies. It's a musical as well. So, you know, I got a little teary at the end of the movie. So I thought that was a good sign that I actually enjoyed it. But, you know, there's some controversy over him playing a gay character. But also it's nice to see there's a big guy in playing kind of a, you know, I don't know, a leading role, but it's a pretty prominent role in the movie. He's in pretty much every scene. So that's pretty nice to see a big guy in a big production movie. So, you know, James is doing a lot of stuff. He seems to be in a lot of movies lately.
Right. Indeed. So, I mean, overall, you liked it. You thought it was pretty good.
I liked it. It was fun. This year I've really been liking the, you know, fun, lighthearted movies just to kind of lift the spirits. And, you know, I'm not trying to watch any really super serious or a lot of drama, sometimes not a lot of action, you know, but.
You mean you didn't do like I did and start watching The Americans right before the election?
No. I do like that show. I watched quite a bit of it, but no, I don't, you know, I do. Yeah, it's just weird. I've been trying to watch more lighthearted, lots of Disney stuff, lots of fun stuff on Netflix and every other streaming platform. But I would definitely, if you like lighthearted musicals, it's fun. It's something fun to watch.
Nice.
I'll give it 2 thumbs up. One and a 3/4 thumb. I don't know. It was good.
All right. Good. So the show that I watched that it's been about a few weeks since this kind of came out and hit, and we've you know, the world has moved on, but I thought it was worth discussing is the Mandalorian.
Mm-hmm,
so everybody's watching the Mandalorian. It's been great.
Yes.
It's been a lot of fun. And a few weeks ago, Boba Fett showed up. He came back.
Boba
Fett has been gone for decades, thought dead for literal decades. Thought dead after he was eaten. And he was not dead, in fact. And he has come back, and he's older. And there was a lot of talk when he showed up and put on the armor and started fighting about what people were calling his dad bod, because he's an older guy, a little stockier. And, you know, so of course there's conversation about that, and it's always interesting to see kind of how that goes. And I think I guess I would say that I stand where I stood with the whole Fat Thor thing, and that I think that, you know, seeing bigger bodies on screen is a good thing. Mm-hmm. And I will also say that Boba Fett, which was
Boba Fett.
what I also heard.
Yeah.
Yes, that Boba Fett is not he's not like a big.
No, he's just a really stocky guy.
Right. Yeah. So the fact that it even became a conversation point was
I was confused.
Not surprising.
when he showed up, and I was like looking, I'm like, well, he's not really okay. I mean, when he does put the armor on, I guess it's a different outfit than what the Mandalorian wears.
Sure.
So it's a little different, but you could tell that it was like, okay, it's a modified, you know, suit of armor for his bigger body, but I mean, he's still doing the fighting and action and everything. So
that was the thing. I thought that also that the armor wasn't like a full. I couldn't tell if it was like a full suit. Like it felt like maybe there were pieces that were missing.
Yeah.
So he also had it was like the helmet, obviously.
The signature plate. Helmet with the little thing that comes down to shoot the.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, my favorite part of the whole thing is that missile on his back.
Yes, I was so happy for that.
Just like seeing that actually make it from the toy to the screen, because it's the most ridiculous thing ever. It's a missile, and to fire this missile correctly, the dude has to bend over.
That's so funny. You burn your ass off if you don't. The missile fires off. Oh my god!
You gotta bend over, aim, and hope for the best.
Yeah, I'm like, well, because I was confused because it's like I don't know, that little thing comes down to so he can. It's like a viewer. I don't know what the technical term, but then as soon as you bend over, I was like, doesn't that kind of screw up where you're aiming? I don't know. That's my
technology.
Yeah, like you just
Star Wars.
Yeah, Star Wars technology. Sorry, or the Is it the Empire or who? I don't know who. Whatever.
Rebels. I don't know. I don't know in this case,
Yeah.
but the difference between this and the Fat Thor thing is that they didn't address anything about his size or Boba Fett's size or weight or anything like that. It was just he is there, he exists, So I thought it was awesome. There was a lot of ass kicking, which is what you want in those scenes, those action scenes in The Mandalorian, and it will be interesting to see where things go with all of that moving forward to season 3. By the time you hear this, I believe the season finale will have run. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see where that goes.
Yeah.
From here.
I don't know if I want to give away the child's name, but I thought it was really fun when they say his name. He like makes this little noise,
right,
and like perks up and like looks, and it reminded me of my dog Bucket every time, and I would giggle and laugh. They would say his name, and he was like, huh? And like look, because that's what Bucket does every time I say his name. I'm like, Bucket, and he's like, what?
They did a really good job. I feel like just in general with the child, they did a really good job of making it something that was compelling, I think, for everybody.
Yeah.
It's been
and I think
it's been a fun show to watch just in general.
Yeah. And I like how he, or whatever, he's connecting to the Force, and like you're figuring out his backstory a little bit more because there's been so much mystery behind the child, Baby Yoda. What is it? Who is he?
Right.
Oh, and what's her name? Shoot.
Ahsoka?
Well, I don't know the character's name, but the actress's name.
Rosario Dawson?
There we go. Sorry. I was like, what is her name? I just lost it.
Yeah.
That was a surprise. Ahsoka. I guess I didn't even know that she was in it, so I got all excited when I saw her.
Well, it was really amazing. There was a lot of build up about that because that was a character from one of the cartoon series that came to live action, and we got to see that, and it was just really cool. I think they handled that in a great way. And Disney, Star Wars, all of this, they've been on it with these, especially the TV or like Disney Plus shows. I feel like they're really getting it, and I'm excited about. I didn't talk about it at the beginning, but all of the Marvel stuff they just announced last week, and more Star Wars shows and all of this other stuff. I mean, they're blowing out a bunch of different shows that and movies that we're going to get to see in the near future. That I think it's we're going to be stuck at home. This is okay. We got things to watch.
Yeah, so. I've heard that they're still filming some things here and there. Super strict quarantine or COVID standards, whatever that is.
Right.
So we'll see. Hopefully they can get that all figured out and we can get some movies. But also, I don't know if we talked about that on other news maybe, but what is it? Oh, I forgot the studio's name. They're going to release all their 2021 movies on HBO. Warner Brothers. There we go. Yeah. So that was a big shock. I was like, ooh, wow.
Everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. All 17 films. So it's like Dune.
I'm excited for that movie. Oh my God, Dune.
Yeah.
I love the old movie. So in the book.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The Matrix 4.
I was like, what? Matrix 4?
I know. It sounds really interesting. It'll be cool to see what they do.
Yeah, they
got
a lot of the original people for that too. So I'm excited.
Yeah. And this week, as you're listening to this, Wonder Woman.
Oh, yes.
That Wonder Woman 2 on HBO Max.
What is it, 1984?
Wonder Woman, 84.
Yeah, something. I'm excited for that. I'll definitely be watching that.
Me too. All of the advanced reviews that I've seen, they love it. So I'm excited.
It looks awesome. And yeah.
Yep.
Yay, cool. Movies and stuff.
Right. Movies, TV stuff, whatever. We love it all.
Yeah, the cold weather and the quarantine, might as well be watching some great shows.
That's right. Watch some shows, enjoy your beer. There we go.
All right. Thanks, Bruce. Appreciate you.
All right, thanks,
I'm going to finish my beer and go watch some more shows.
Enjoy your beer, and we'll do it again next week. All right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thanks for listening to Heavy Conversation. Be sure to like and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.